Take one. We do these in one takes. Never. So what we're doing? So in today's video, we're going to talk about the ugly business of business. Can I say business twice? I don't know, but I just did. And that's the make happen method. That's the make happen method all over. You can do what you like. No, seriously, are you somebody that is stuck in a job you're not happy with, or kind of freelancing, but it's not really going anywhere? Or maybe you've started a business, but it's just you still, and it's kind of like freelancing, and you're not really going the places you want to go. So in this video, we're going to look at how you can ignite your career through creative enterprise. This is we've moved the TV, the make happen method. Are you someone that's thinking of starting a creative enterprise? If you're not, maybe you should, although we don't like should in the Make Happen program. Maybe a better way of thinking about it is there are so many benefits to running your own creative enterprise that we highly recommend considering it.
Really?
Really?
Whether you're a craftsperson that wants to reach many more people with your creative designs, whether you are a musician that wants to have the agency to release your own albums, whether you are somebody that wants to impact climate change with some kind of invention that you've had, or some idea of doing things differently you want to sell to other people, whether you are a chef who wants to create wonderful food and recipe books, or a restaurant or a cafe, whatever it is, consider how you could turn that into a creative enterprise and be working in the way you want to work.
Where do I sign up?
Okay, so before we start, let's deal with the dirty word in the room, enterprise, business. For many of us that want to change the world, make the world a better place, create, be artistic or whatnot, we don't like the idea of business because we think of billionaire megalomaniac.
$1 million.
And we don't want to be a billionaire megalomaniac. No, we want to do something wonderful and impact people's lives, of course. The thing to get clear about enterprise is that enterprise has been around forever, and it's always been the creative people, the innovators that have been using enterprise to make other people's lives better. So don't think of the megalomaniacs and the big businesses. Think of the local coffee shop, or the fashion designer, or the people that are making our lives richer and more interesting. We're talking about people like you.
Me?
You want to impact the world. You want to create things, make things, invent things that make the world a better place. Don't be scared of that. It doesn't mean you're going to turn into some money-grabbing, crazy billionaire. No, the majority of people out there who are being entrepreneurial are doing interesting, doing great things, opening coffee shops, creating new products, inventing new ways to be healthy, all these things. This is the entrepreneurial spirit in action, and this is the world that you could potentially join. So why have an enterprise?
That's a good question.
Well, an enterprise could set you free. Free to act, free to dance, free to shout, free to jump, free to impact others and make the world a better place. It could set you free from living hand to mouth as a freelancer, or somebody that's got a micro business that's really just freelancing. You'll be free to create your own work culture, like what days of the week you work, how you work, who you interact with, what clients you work with. All those choices will be yours. And one of the most important things is you'll be free to do what you love, to work in the area that you love and enjoy.
I love my job!
So what are the barriers? What is stopping you launching or developing further your creative enterprise? I mean, the big one is risk, right? It's just like, oh my God, it might all go horribly wrong. I'll lose loads of money, or I won't make any money.
It's too risky, it's too risky.
Yeah, right, of course. However, what's the risk of not doing it? There's something to consider.
I'll consider it.
The other barrier is not knowing how. Like, oh, I'm not an entrepreneur, I'm not a business person, I don't know anything about any of that world.
I don't know how.
Well, once upon a time, you didn't know anything about whatever you're good at today. and you learn through trial and error and experimentation and learning, blah, 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 you can do exactly the same with a creative enterprise. It's no different from learning any other skill. Let's get started. That's how we learn. And yes, one of the things that feeds into that not knowing how is that imposter syndrome. I was no good at maths at school, so I could never be good at accounting, blah, blah, blah. All of this nonsense we need to park up and step forward and start taking the risks, making the mistakes so that we learn and find other people that can support us in the areas that we don't know about. And finally, for many of us, one of the biggest barriers is fear of judgment.
Please don't judge me.
Fear of judgment of other creative people, people that want to change the world, how they might, not approve of us starting a business. When we know that most of what has had the world change, most of what has us engage with the world and enjoy the world has been created by other creative entrepreneurs. So what you want to do now is take those barriers that you have for yourself, make them really clear, and then we are going to use the magic of how.
If you find yourself analysing, contemplating, asking the question why a lot, then simply consider switching to another three-letter word. How. The word how is like magic, especially when we're a bit stuck. How can I get started with this project? How can I get an agent? How can I be more successful? How will I know I'm more successful? How gets your brain moving towards solution and action. And in the Make Happen method, action, we assert, is the only way towards succeeding, flourishing, vitality and engagement. So, how can you use how today to get yourself unstuck?
So yes, take the notion of how and apply it to the barriers that you've got. So if you don't have enough resources, you can ask the question, how can I find the resources to do this project? Or if I don't have the skills or the knowledge to do this, how can I develop the skills in order to launch this creative enterprise? So how is going to be your friend over the coming weeks as you start to unfold a plan, or more importantly, take the action you need to take to start your creative enterprise or to take your creative enterprise to the next level. So stop getting by with the way life is at the moment, whether you're in a job, whether you're freelancing, whether you're in the early stages of a business that doesn't feel like it's going anywhere, and start to ignite that business by taking the action that you know you need to take, taking the risk you know you need to take things to the next level. In the meantime, subscribe to this channel because we are going to support you in taking those steps with all the videos that are coming up. Great. Done. Brilliant. What a great video.